What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome back to our TCG battle video on my channel. Today we are revisiting Ceruledge as it got way better with the Mega Evolution set, gaining Solrock and Lunatone for the consistency. We're going to be checking out this exact archetype over here. As we can see here, we're a big fan of Legacy Energy as it can offset the prize trade. And we're also playing Briar to actually cheat out an additional prize when the opponent is at exactly 2 prize cards. 20 energies in this 60, 10 energies with being it fighting type, meaning we can find them with Fighting Gong and also use them for the Lunar cycle with the Lunatone to of course draw tons of cards. We go first all the time, go for Squawkabilly in combination with Carmine, and our main objective is to get as many energies in the discard pile as possible. So this is going to be quite an interesting build as we're going to be of course combining the power of the Abyssal Flames and the consistency with Lunatone and Solrock. Solrock can also become an attacker at one point with the Cosmic Beam as we all know and love. So Ceruledge, I also put it in tier A in my latest tier list video, so I'll definitely check that out if you haven't already. But for now, let's dive into the rank ladder with Ceruledge. If you guys are hyped for it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It is super effective on the channel and I'm forever grateful if you would do so. And I'll be very curious to see how this Ceruledge deck will flow. Tails never fails, as we always say on this channel here. And I'm gonna be excited for what is there to come. So what we can see with Ceruledge is that the Lunar cycle really helps out. You're drawing 3 cards every single turn and you're getting an energy in the discard pile. With stuff like Ultra Ball, with stuff like Earthen Vessel, with stuff like Carmine, Squawkabilly, Research, getting energies in the discard pile has never been easier. And let's see how this deck will flow. So we initially have Lunatone. We always want to start with a 1 prize Pokemon just because of the fact that, you're not going to be giving up 2 prizes to Prime Catcher and Lightning type energy. So it looks like, if I had to guess, a Raging Bolt deck. Raging Bolt is kind of interesting as we can just be very quickly about all of this, discard as many energies as possible. And the cool news is that we also can hit and go after Teal Mask Ogerpons, which is awesome. The Thunderburst Storm, a little bit annoying as that will be allowing them to knock out 90 HP Pokemon on our bench. As soon as their second turn, attachment of the turn, and then Sada. It even comes down to what they can find to set themselves up with. We also have access to Balsasaurus on like stuff like Fan Rotom and knock them out with Solrock. Also an option, a little bit more difficult to pull off, but we'll have to figure out together how it will flow. Our hand is actually pretty good. We just instantly go for Research, get rid of everything. Having Ceruledge as well as Pheasantipede in the discard pile is not the worst thing ever, because that means we can stretcher our stuff back. And this is a Grass Energy, so that means they will need to, more Grass Energies in the discard pile. They also need, there's the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Love to see that because we can hit that for weakness. And also don't worry about the fact that if we knock out a 1 prize Pokemon at one point, we will Briar the opponent. Because a Raging Bolt deck typically does not play a lot of Disruption. If they are playing Disruption, it is going to be limited to maybe 1 Iono or 1 Judge. Here comes the Teal Dance as well. I'm not going to slap down Pheasantipede, otherwise they can Prime Catcher that. I saw that they're playing Prime Catcher, so that is going to be a very bad decision. Okay, Fighting Gong. Let's lead off with Solrock. That's great. 3-2 Ceruledge, also nice to know. Briar is in there, Palpad is in there. It's all I need to know. And the Legacy can also offset the price trade. So that's awesome. Slapping this down. A big old Professor's Research. If I started with Solrock and a Fighting Energy, could have gone after a Hoot Hoot here. This time around, we're going to go... we have the nice stretcher here, which is awesome. So for now, I'm just going to go Nest Ball, get out Charcadet. We can even get out Squawkabilly here. Squawkabilly allows them... If they have Prime Catcher, Sada, there's only Grass Energies in their discard pile so far. I could still Squawkabilly later. Lunar Cycle. Yeah, there's Ceruledge in hand. So for all I know, I could... Attach Retreat, sacrifice a Charcadet? Is that what we're gonna do here? More Nest Ball capabilities. There is still an option where we can Squawkabilly. At this moment, we do not have enough energies in our discard pile, but there will be enough soon. I'm not gonna go for Squawkabilly. I'm just gonna leave with all 1 prize Pokemon on my board, and that's gonna be helping me out a ton. I could also like go for Squawk, but the Turo in hand makes things a little bit more awkward. So we're just gonna retreat here. Let them do whatever they want with the Charcadet, and then next turn we go Ceruledge, maybe Stretcher into Stretcher into the Pheasantipede and go like that. Because if they take down the 1 prize Pokemon, we take down the 1 prize Pokemon, they take down 2 prize Pokemon, we take down the 2 prize Pokemon as well, and then we try to go for Briar. Is that going to be helping out? Depends on how many 1 prize Pokemon. If I set up Squawkabilly, it would have been a little bit easier, I suppose, to pull off the Briar play, but we'll figure it out together. As we continue, they come back with Noctowl, so they would have gotten access to like Crispin and Prime Catch. Their board state looks pretty interesting. We have Lunatone to draw. They're not going to get to that bigger output. They get Sada and a Touch of Turn. That only gets them to 90. So Lunatone as well as Solrock are safe from all of this. I can always promote Solrock and then try to leave my board state as a 1 prize board state and find boss. But that's also a little bit tricky. They have Nuzball and Crispin. Okay. Crispinning onto the 1 prize Raging Bolt. They can go for the Dragon Headbutt or the Thunderburst Storm and snipe something, but most likely they will just KO the active Charcadet. You can also snipe one of the Charcadets on the bench. All possible. With Area 0, we will be able to use that as well because this is a Terra Pokemon, don't forget. We are not playing Counter Catcher, we are playing Legacy Energy, however. Okay, they're slapping down Pheasant Dippity proactively. That's another 2 prize Pokemon on their fields. The only thing they're coming back with is just Raging Bolt, and they're sniping the Charcadet on the bench. If I'm able to like evolve both of these, that's actually not bad. And they have to go after another 1 prize Pokemon. Okay, let's focus with the Lunar Cycle. Okay, there is a Balsasaurus, that's perfect. So we go into Ceruledge right here. Go for the Fire type energy. Let's see here. How many energies in the discard pile? That's 5. 5 energies. That's enough damage to deal with this guy. We're gonna boss up the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Then they can snipe this one if they want to. We still have access to Briar at one point. I could get Fez on board, but the better plan, they're just gonna snipe out the other Pokemon, right? So that's gonna be kind of tricky. So I'm actually gonna Stretcher Ceruledge here. So at least we have that. And now we're gonna rock and roll with the Abyssal Flames for a ridiculous amount of damage. They can really do whatever they want. They could snipe a Lunatone. But then we're gonna be ahead in the prize trade, which is awesome. They go down to 4 prizes, meaning that at one point we can Briar them. If we knock out this one, we can then Briar them. 2 Ceruledges. They're gonna have issues with 1. If another energy hits the discard pile, there's Stretcher in hand, so we can Fez into a Carmine, and that should be good enough already. I still have Palpad in the deck as well, so this archetype got infinitely stronger because of the draw power of the Lunatone. And our main objective is, of course, energies in the discard pile. You might think Brilliant Blender Ace-Pack card is a better choice, but I'm a bigger fan of Legacy Energy, which can really offset this entire price trade. Okay, they had Fez, they have 1 Hoot Hoot, they have a lot of energies on their Raging Bolts. They can technically snipe a Lunatone. They can even one-shot with their Raging Bolt EX. And then we can have a lot of options here. We can Stretcher into Fez, draw some more cards, Lunar Cycle, draw some more cards, Carmine everything away, and go from there. Ultra Ball, Noctowl, Sada. 240 HP is quite a lot. We can even draw into an additional boss. That would be the easiest way out of this. But we're gonna Stretcher Fez first. 2 balls here. 5 energies in the discard pile, so our damage output is 130. We still need an additional 5 energies in the discard pile, but if they knock this guy out, only 4 energies in the discard pile. With the combination of Stretcher, Lunar Cycle, and Carmine, everything is possible, but it still looks pretty tricky. Could also like promote Solrock if I had boss, then I could focus on a 1 prize Pokemon. Oh, they're accelerating, yeah, on both of these. Grass Energy on the Raging Bolt, funny enough. Focusing on sniping and then 2-2. Is that their game plan? We don't mind because we do have Briar. So if they're not knocking out, or yeah, they're actually playing Blood Moon Ursa Luna. So you don't see that every day in Raging Bolt. Goodbye. Please take Lunatone. Yeah, perfect. We have Lunatone in hand. you chose the wrong one. Let's go. Okay, we can easily knock this guy out and then hope we find Briar in time. So focus on Lunatone, slapping that down. Lunar cycling our way. Some more energies into this discard pile. At this point, we can Stretcher, get ourselves Pheasantipity, because they most likely want to go 2-2-2. Go with this. We're going to Tinning is winning. Nazball. At this point, we can slap everything down, right? Yeah, everything show up right here. Fezzing. Ta-ta. Oh, here's the Briar already. Ooh, that's tricky. 150. Still not where we need to be at the moment. We have Stretcher here to get an energy back. Huh. We can also Carmine and try to find... This Briar is really important. But we can also try to find Balsasaurus, right? If we not... Nah, we need Briar, 100%. Ugh. Well, well, well. I'm gonna Ultra Ball. Tinning is winning, as I was saying. Ultra Ball, get rid of this. We have another Ultra Ball in hand. Take Ceruledge. What we need? We have Earthen Vessels, Ultra Balls. We're gonna get knocked out as well. There is Turo. They can go after this guy, which is kind of tricky. So I will... Yeah, at this point they have 4 energies. I could technically Turo up the Fez. 170. It's not a lot of energies we still need. Yeah, we have the Briar in hand. So I have to just attack here. Let's go. 170. If they judge us, they don't have Noctowl, so they would need to find their only Disruption card instantly. More Carmine, okay. If an energy gets knocked out, we are at 190. That means we need 3 energies in the discard pile. If we draw some energies here, we have 1 Ultra Ball to make it happen. We have the Stretcher for the fire energy, so there's that. We can use Lunar Cycle, draw 3. Yeah, we need to use the Briar here. Because they will go down to 2 prize cards remaining. And this was very important. So if I didn't draw to Briar, I could have gone for a Carmine. Maybe I should have focused on using Carmine first, but I wanted to draw into some energy, so... Tricky business. On the other hand, there's always a world where we draw into Legacy energy and we can then Turo this one up. Also an option. I wonder if they're gonna go find the Prime Catcher here. Or Boss. If they go after Fez, they leave this energy alone. So that means we will have less energies in the discard pile. We don't have Brilliant Blender to help out. But luckily, they have already burned their Noctowls. 15 cards remaining in deck. Lots of Solace probably in hand. Stretcher will go to... Steel Mask? Now Blood Moon. Okay. This is gonna save our game. The Briar. Will they find lightning energies? Where are the lightning? Yeah, they have lightning energies in the discard pile. Maybe like there's 3 Sawdust Prize. That would be super hilarious. In the discard pile, 1 lightning energy. There is the lightning energy of the turn. Will they balls up fast? I wonder if they knock out our Ceruledge, that would be the best thing ever. Because then an additional energy sees the discard pile. If they now play something like an Iono, that would be very, 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 very bad. But yeah, without Noctowls, finding the only Disruption card in your entire deck feels a little bit far-fetched. Okay, here's the Sada. I'm glad with that. And that means they are planning to attack. They have already retreated. So if I were them, I would have probably went with Sada and then went with retreating, because now they can no longer Prime Catch. And that means that this energy will see itself into the discard pile, which is great. Energy switch into Blood Moon. Okay, fine. Preparing themselves for the Blood Moon play. So either way, we draw into Legacy energy because we have Turo in hand, or we have enough energies to go for the Briar play. They go exactly down to 2 prizes. Let's go. We have the Ultra Ball in hand. What will we draw? Legacy energy or some energies. There's still a lot of gongs and all that we can draw. There's the gong already. Yeah. The gong already, allowing us to get an additional energy. I want to draw more energy. So what I'll be doing here is going for flip the script first before I'm using Fighting Gong. Yeah, there's a ton of energies. Sure. Then go for a little bit of, yeah, I don't need anything else. Going for the Fighting Gong here. Maybe we'll find some more stuff we can discard. Here we go with the Lunar Cycle. More draw power. Maybe I should have kept my other Ultra Ball. There's more Ultra Balls where those came from. So we can safely go for a Stretcher here. Find myself the Fire type energy. Get the Fire type energy right here. Our damage output is almost there. Ultra Ball. Maybe I could have definitely saved our Ultra Ball right there. But there was a lot of Earthen Vessel and all that I could still draw. 210. Another Ultra Ball. Yeah, we got there. Definitely save the Ultra Balls, folks. Definitely need all of that. Yeah, as you can see here, Earthen Vessel, Ultra Ball. There was a lot of things, but save the Ultra Balls. Don't be like me. And now we can safely go for Briar and Knockout. Briar for 3 prizes. Let's go. So that's the way you have to go. So you have prize manipulation, either through the means of legacy energy to turn yourself into a 1-prize Pokemon at the correct time, or you can use Briar to get that additional prize up against Raging Bolt. So that's the first victory of the day with Ceruledge. And I was able to, of course, I didn't slap down Squawkabilly because I felt like I wouldn't have enough time, because if a Raging Bolt player actually is faster and utilizes Prime Catcher and Knockout, I will need to respond instantly. So I think having yourself with a 1-prize board state is obviously better. Okay, let's dive into some more gameplay. You might think about tech cards, like for example, the Psyduck if you're up against Dusknoir base decks. You can think about the Shaman if you're afraid of Wellspring Ogerpon. But Wellspring Ogerpon, you have to note is that if they go with that, and if you have Solrock in the active position, they can only take 1 prize. So Solrock, 110 HP, same goes for Lunatone. And also, we're gonna have a big shout out to our sponsors, which make the videos possible here on the channel. DragonShield.com. For your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes, you can get 5% off using the coupon Zapdos5 or clicking that link down below in the description. PokemonStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs, 5% off as well using the coupon ZapdosTCG, and CardMarket.com for European players where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. You can use that referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. Okay, another game. We go first. They are all teamed out with Gardevoir, so I will most likely see Gardevoir EX here. The Gardevoir EX build, unless they are just confusing us. They have a Gardevoir coin. They have Gardevoir sleeves. Yeah. Most likely Gardevoir. We have Ton of Energies, which we can put in the discard pile instantly. So yeah, looks like we're going to be up against Gardevoir. And we have Phazantipity, which is really, really, really bad. I'm going to go with this. Get ourselves Fire. Yeah, fire fighting, doesn't matter. Is Squawkabilly in there? Squawkabilly is in there. Solrock is also something we will need. There's a lot of energies right here. Yeah, but if we're fast enough, that's gonna be awesome, right? Ugh. Most likely I will just attach here so I can retreat that energy. Yeah. Yeah. Carmine right now. Okay, more energies to show. Energy. Okay. We have access to at least a Charcadet. So what we can do is retreat and KO the Frillish. If we are able to find a Ceruledge with us being item locked. At least Artisan allows us to get Lunatone, and that means we're gonna have more draw power to find the Ceruledge. In our discard pile, no Ceruledge. There's a Lily's Determination. I'm getting scared of the updated Gardevoir, I'm not gonna lie. I know we have Briar to cheat out an additional prize card. I know we have Legacy Energy, but still, it seems pretty tricky. What do? Do we go for a big research, or do we Artisan and try to tin the deck first to then find Ceruledge? Because Ceruledge is key. They have Mew EX on board as well. 20 damage. Okay, we are item locked, which is very, very bad. Fighting Gong, we're not able to use that. I think the best plan of action, if they like snipe our Charcadet, that's bad. We'll have 3 Charcadets to draw, right? More draw power, come on. I will focus on getting a fire energy here. Could also get an energy on the Phazantipity, that would be hilarious. But yeah, fire energy here and try to find Ceruledge. That's my game plan. Let's go. Ugh, no Ceruledge in town. We do have another Charcadet, which was obvious, but that's it. That's all we have. We can retreat. If we have Candy Guardy, we are 100% smoked. Not good. Not good at all. In our discard pile, 5 energies. Not exactly what we are looking for. But yeah, if we retreat this, there's another energy in the discard pile. If this one gets knocked out, we can slap 20, but they will throw it back at us 100%. If they have Monkey Dory. Yeah, it's gonna have to be this. We have the Legacy Energy though. I could have also like attached to the Phasantipity, but Legacy Energy will help here, 100%. If they like Scream Tail this guy, we can then go for Ceruledge with a lot of hit points. Yeah, Monkey Dory is very scary at the moment. The Oceanic Gloom really slowed us down. So we have to focus on these 2 prize Pokemon that we currently see in play. And that's gonna be Mew EX, maybe the... Yeah, they used Arven here, so that means we have a big research. Not a lot of energies, but a big research. Unless Phasantipity is there to save the day. How many energies will we need here? We don't have Counter Catcher. Again, 1 boss already gone. Yowza. 6 energies in the discard pile. Not enough. Briar is there. Briar is there. I wonder what they're gonna do here. Bravery Charm on the Frillish. Keep item locking. Until they have a great board state or something. Oceanic Gloom. Okay, perfect. Whatever. This doesn't matter. Yeah, Tinning is winning. Get all these guys on board. We have 2 Ceruledges. 2 is not enough, but Tinning is winning. We're gonna attach a Legacy Energy over here. And this is also getting pretty scary with the damage that it already has. Legacy here. And going for the big research. Can we find Ceruledge, please? Yes, there we go. And even some more draw power on top of that. Oh, Briar is here. Cool. Ceruledge. Retreat. And now we have some boss capabilities, which is great. So we are 100% back in this game. 190, enough to knock out Mew EX. Right there. We are a 1 prize Pokemon, by the way. The only 2 prize Pokemon we have up on the field is Phasantipity at the moment. So Legacy Energy showcasing why it is sometimes better than Brilliant Blender. Definitely if you're being item locked, then I would take Legacy Energy any time of the day. So 190. To get to Gardevoir, we would need 6 additional energies. We do have the Lunar Cycle on board. There's still Jet Energies and Turo. So 1 Jet Energy, 1 Turo. Palpet is gone though. So there's only 2 ways to get these fellas out of the X position. Attached Retreat is also an option. Everything is a 1 prize Pokemon. Fez going away. There are 2 Monkey Dories. No Darkness Energies whatsoever. I could always boss up a Monkey. Palpet is gone though. So we only have 2 more Gusting options. 2 more. They can also confuse us. And that's annoying. If they like Monkey Dory confuse us, then we will need to draw into Jet Energy. It is not impossible. I wonder what they're gonna do. There's Kirlia. If I were them, I would confuse me with Monkey Dory. The Kirlias always are better now because they have 100 HP, protecting themselves. Oh, there's Frillish. Item lock again. I don't know. Yeah, we had boss. Not a lot of energies, but we had boss. There's energy. There's the Jet. Please confuse me now. That would be awesome. Psychic Embrace into, like, I don't know. Maybe they attack with Gardevoir EX. Hope we don't have boss is an option. They're retreating. Where are their Darkness Energies? How many vessels have they used? 1 vessel. No darkness around quite yet. If we draw to like a research or something, that's huge. They most likely will confuse us with... No, Mew EX? What? How many energies in their discard pile? 5? We're just gonna slap with Mew? Oh no, they're gonna copy paste with the Raging... Yeah, okay, fine. Fine, we have the Stretcher, we don't mind. Also no Monkey Dory quite yet. Yeah, let's go. Okay, that's a scary way. They only take one prize for that, but that is always scary to see. Which one do we evolve though? If they have one Monkey Dory, we still survive. This is probably a situation where we need to attack with this guy first. Yeah. Charcadet time. Stretchers in the house. We can reshuffle to try and find balls, but we don't need to find balls, right? There was jet energy on the bottom of the deck. Also a bunch of energies as well. I'll just... Do I really reshuffle here, Artisan? There's another Charcadet. The more the merrier. 3? I will need 3 though. Depends on... Yeah, we still have Turo, so it doesn't matter. Tinning is winning. Let's go. Going for Lunar Cycle. There's the Briar again. Flipping the script. And there we have Boss's Orders. How many energies can we get? Earth Vessel. I most likely will get Iono though. Duros, Carmines. Duros and Carmines. Let's see. But they can get Gardevoir back instantly, so... Huh. Stretcher. Ceruledge. Ceruledge right here. Energy right here. Currently we're slapping 250. Could go after Guardy, then go after Guardy again. They're slapping... Yeah, the Mew needs to go. Could also Ultra Ball. Get rid of some additional resources. This. I don't want to get rid of more fire energy, otherwise I might be in trouble. Get another Ceruledge into play. If this one goes down, we get another energy, so that's fine. Ceruledge number 2. Okay. We have balls. We have 270 damage output. Technically, I can knock out Gardevoir EX and then try to do it again. One Stretcher gone. But this Mew EX is annoying. It can really one-shot us. So I think we're going to have to go back and forth here. We KO, they KO. I cannot Carmine this hand. It's too broken. Okay. Well, let's go. So they need to take 5 prize cards. No Monkey Dory action quite yet. 2 Ceruledges. As soon as one goes down, we have the Stretcher. We just need to knock out 2 Pokemon here, right? There is a world where they item lock us, but we already dish out enough damage as it is. We still have the jet energy to protect ourselves as well as Turo. Okay, finally they have access to Monkey Dory. If we just have the third Ceruledge out there, we should be good. I know we cannot deal with Gardevoir but they still need to put energies on themselves, which means even with one Monkey Dory, they cannot get there. So we need to make sure we are at 310 at one point. Yeah, so one more Lunar Cycle can get us to the numbers that we need. Briar, unfortunately, not going to work out here as they have not taken down enough Pokemon quite yet. Yeah. Luckily, they were a little bit slow with their darkness energies on their Monkey Dories. There's the Super Rod. If our Ceruledge gets knocked out, I know they can like knock out Ceruledge and knock out Charcadet in this turn. If they have like Mew EX and then following turn Monkey Dory, do it again. I don't know if they're playing E-Switch or not in their Gardevoir list. Clefairy also part of the plan. We have an initial response with Ceruledge, and most likely I will just take down a 1 prize Pokemon. Yeah, but they're gonna go with Mew, which means I'm gonna get Iono to 1, which really feels bad because then they can trap Phazantipity and start Scream Tailing, which is also not good. Could leave the energies on the Mew with free retreat. How many energies will then be remaining? Super Rod is gone. Monkey Dory has already been activated. If they give us Mew EX to knock out Ceruledge in the active position, an additional energy gets added to the pool. Lily's Determination only for 6. They have taken a knockout here. The only thing we are looking for is another Ceruledge, and if I'm able to do that, I think there's nothing that could stop this deck currently. Artisan check what's still remaining. Ultra Ball get that Ceruledge, or Stretcher to get that Ceruledge. Get Fire Energy on the Ceruledge. Lunar Cycle. Make sure the deck is as thin as possible. Then we have access to like Turo, Boss, everything. Yeah. At this moment it looks good. So I wonder which Pokemon they're going to use to attack with. Probably Mew EX again, which means we can make sure we have enough energies in the discard pile and then attack. They can still come with Mew EX again, but did you see the power of that Legacy Energy? Offsetting the entire price rate. Turning a Ceruledge into a 1-price Pokemon is fantastic. Also, what could have helped with them is like knocking out Fez with Monkey Dory. But yeah, I do see the power here. Ceruledge has potential. I classify it as a tier A deck. Tier 1. Not tier S, not completely broken, but it is very strong. The genome hacking, that's quite preposterous. And also, as they used Lily, they did not use Iono. Which means next turn I 100% get Iono to 1, so I need to be ready. I need to be ready. Genome hacking again. Boom. Yeah, this Mew EX is annoying. Why does Ceruledge have an attack that Mew EX can copy-paste? Here we go. The Ceruledge. There are 3 prizes. First of all, I will Nest Ball. We have Squawk. I'm not going to get that on the bench. 100% not. We need to Stretcher for our Ceruledge. Yeah, that makes sense. Then there is Balls in the deck. Turo in the deck. A lot of Fighting Energy still remaining in deck as well. So we Lunar Cycle first. Then go for... Yeah, there's still a boss remaining in deck, right? So it's a bad thing to get rid of that Fez. Let's go for Ceruledge. Right here. Fire Energy here. I can check with Artisan what we still have remaining. There is Balls in there and Stretcher and Fighting Energy. So we 100% get all the cards. Yeah, even if we get Iono, we get that Boss, or we get that Energy to Retreat, or Lunar Draw. So I'm actually just gonna get rid of the cards I will not need any longer. Which are... Yeah, we currently slap 310. Everything gets knocked out. I'm sorry. So I will actually get rid of cards we don't need. Like, for example, Briar. Like, for example, Ultra Ball. I think at this point we also no longer need Balls. Yeah, these are cards we do not need any longer. Ultra Ball. Get Squawk on board. All of these cards are outs. So, I guess we just chillax here. Because we also need to find that Stretcher. If I go a little bit... If I continue on... If they like trap this one, then I need also Turo. So Turo and Jets are important. So I will... If I Ultra Ball... These are all draw power cards. So yeah, 300 damage. I think they're gonna trap the Lunatone and then start for some sniping capabilities, but we have Turo in hand, which is great. For now. Yeah, 310. Could have also bossed up a 1-price Pokemon. Yeah, being Iono to 1 feels bad. The cards in the deck still are great. Yeah, they're gonna trap Lunatone. And then they're gonna... No Monkey Dory. I tried to get rid of all the cards I don't need anymore. Counter Catcher. Fez. Yeah. We need one prize. What is the game plan? Retreat, do a little bit of chip damage with Jellicent? No, another Guardy EX. I'm gonna get Iono to 1. Yeah, there was a lot of outs that we can find. A lot of fighting energy still as well. Yeah, cool. Their game plan probably would have been better if they would have trapped the Ceruledge there without an energy. And then attacked that one for a little bit of damage. If we didn't draw into fight energy, they win? Yeah. But now just any energy is sufficient. I know they can like knock out Fez, take 2 prizes there. But even if they take 2 prizes, or maybe just wait. Just give a little slap with Frillish. Item locking. Technically a solid game plan, as I have burned 14 energies already, and then at one point they can also go for TM Devo strategies. Right? That's their game plan, right? Item lock and then TM Devo these 2. At this point we also have Lunar cycle to draw more cards if I really want it. But attach retreat is sufficient. So that's gonna be the second dub for Ceruledge, showcasing that it is a true powerhouse in this Mega Evolution format. I want to know your opinion down below, how you personally feel about Ceruledge. I tested it out already in real life as well. Feels pretty strong. Okay, Fez. Even Carmine, that's crazy. Yeah. How about Retreat? Ceruledge time. If I would have used Fez during that specific point, I would have not drawn into all my outs. So sometimes, even though Fez is live, don't Fez when you know you're gonna get Iono'd. And that's how Ceruledge was able to beat Gardevoir. Let's go. Even item lock couldn't slow this down. And some scenarios, if you go second, lead off with Solrock, you sometimes can surprise them if they have Rolfs in the active position. That's always hilarious to see. So yeah, another dub for Ceruledge. We're gonna be playing one more game with Ceruledge. I'm having a blast, and I'm also gonna give quite the shout out here, because if I'm checking it out, I think this is a list that did really well in an online tournament. If I have to be more specific, I think it was a person from Costa Rica, Chrono 456, playing this 60 to a second place finish. Let's see what our last opponent will be playing. Looks like they're already in the Christmas spirit. Let's go. We are always going first with this archetype, because turn 2 Ceruledge is very scary. We also have Carmine, so why wouldn't you go first? Oh, look at that. I could have donked somebody with this Solrock. This is the best hand I've ever seen. I am not gonna lie. This is the best hand I have ever seen. Looks like we're gonna be up against Mega Venusaur, and then we're gonna be smiling instantly. This is the best hand I've ever seen. Nazball, this guy. Look at that. Slapping this down. Slapping this down. I will draw into more fighting energy soon. Slapping down Squawk. I could already Lunar Cycle to draw into some more energies. That's a lot more energies. Nazball, Tinning is winning. Let's get this guy on board as well. And let's go for some epic Carmine plays. Carmine! Legacy energy, that's funny. We're gonna have to... I don't want to get rid of my legacy energy. Well, we are not afraid of, like, Mega Venusaur, right? We have Boss's Orders, we have Ultra Ball. Already a lot of energies in the discard pile. I'm gonna put a legacy energy on one of the Charcadets. Let's go. And I will Ultra Ball, get rid of these. I don't need anything else. Oh, there's only one Ceruledge in here? That's crazy. Only one Ceruledge. Yeah, the opponent already can see. We're way too quick. Carmine, Squawkabilly, Lunar Cycle, halfway through the deck. They are playing a grass deck. Yeah. Mega Venusaur stood not a single chance. They're playing a bunch of like Teal Mask Ogre Pawns, which are easy prey, as we saw in that Raging Bolt matchup. Yeah, the deck just flows incredibly well. Okay, I was lying. There is still an additional round, as Mega Venusaur was instantly defeated by Ceruledge. One of your more favorable matchups, another favorable matchup, Goldengo. Goldango is also one of those funky archetypes where you offset the price trade with Legacy Energy. And also coming back with Briar if everything goes bad. As we saw against like Raging Bolt, Briar was clutch. Do you want to go first? Yes. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself quite a bit with this archetype. Ugh. Luckily there was no basic in that hand. Giving up on 2 Ceruledges. I know there's like a lot of stretcher, but if you're like getting Oceanic Gloomed or like Itchy Pollens, items are locked down, and then throwing away 2 Ceruledges means it's almost game over. Also, let me know in the comment section which deck you want to be seeing up next. We talked about very cool archetypes as well, like Mega Kangaskhan, for example. A lot of more archetypes on the line. I'm going first, right? I could attack with Solrock. Yeah, let's figure out what we're up against. Could always attach retreat and put the Charcadet in the active position. Pidgey. I'll try to knock that out with my Solrock. I have Balls in hand. If this is some sort of a control archetype, that's gonna be bad because I have to throw away Jet Energy here. Ugh. Do we go for the Squawk or not? That is the question. If I throw away Jet, if this is control, then I'm in a very bad spot. I still do not... If I Squawkabilly, I still have access to... Yeah, this feels bad. We have Boss, we have Duro. I think there's a Jet prize though, but if we're fast enough, that's great. Do I want to get rid of my Boss's orders right here? We have Palpad, but Palpad's prize. Knocking out the Pidgey feels pretty good though. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm up against. For all I know, it's up against Charizard, and then I need to be fast. Okay, time for the Fighting Gong. This guy. Because loud down fast, but I'm not too sure about that. I'm gonna get out another Charcadet. Another Boss down the drain. Yeah, with Carmine being gone, feels pretty bad. We have the Legacy Energy though, so I can make up for everything. Lunar Cycle in the house. Draw some more cards. Yeah, always draw through half of the deck with this archetype. We have a Stretcher. Stretcher could get back fast in a pitch. We can also retreat and then retreat again to get more energies in the discard pile. But for all I know, they are trapping us. No, just have to stick around. For all I know, Solrock can take down this Pidgey. I had Boss in hand. If I'm seeing Sudowoodo trapping, then I'll be in a very bad position. Pidgey. Jet Energy. Nah, I don't want to hit the Fez. I want to hit the Pidgey. Can I find my last boss? Can I? As well, Charcadet. Last boss is in the deck. Turo is also in the deck. Here we go with Lunar Cycle. No boss. There is, however, Ceruledge. Ceruledge. How many energies in the discard pile? 5, 6, 7. That's far from the number we need. Legacy Energy right here. Cannot Carmine all these stretchers away. Do we need the stretchers though? If we have like literally everything. Oh, we can draw into Ultra Balls and all the good stuff. Let's go. Okay. Earth Vessel. How many energies are in the discard pile right here? That's 8. We can turn it into 9. That's enough. Let's go. Ceruledge. Attack. Just enough. Boom. And now, if Pidgeot EX comes to town and traps us with like Sudowoodo trapping, I guess we need Palpad to get Turos, and maybe Jet Energy is also here. Sure, I'll take it. So we have Jet, Turo, Palpad. Those are our outs to some control wacky stuff with Sudowoodo. There's a Candy Pidgeot EX. Okay. Maybe... What can they throw at us? A Pidgeot EX. Yeah, there's the counter catcher. Hello, trapping. That's not the trap we want to see. Attach retreat and we're done. I think the better trap would have been... I think, yeah, Sudowoodo's coming to town. Release Determination. We're up against the control deck. Little do they know we have Jet, Turo, and Palpad. And with our incredible Boss's Order plays as well. We can take... Oh, it's Charizard. Why was I worried? Why was I worried? The problem is this is actually a one-prize Pokemon, so I don't know if their prize mapping goes, like, their way. This is 100% game. This is not control. If I'm up against Sudowoodo, this would have been a different story. Yeah, Lunar Cycle retreat. Now we're already at 250. Close for the Pidgeot. If I draw to Ultra Ball and Boss, then this guy is toast. Okay, Klefki can shut down the Lunatone. That is quite interesting. We did burn our stretchers right there. Team Evo. If we knock this guy out, they're only gonna take one prize card with this Ceruledge. If they take one, that's not good. They go 2-2, we can go for Briar. Interesting. Lots of fire energies. Yeah, how about it? Retreat and destroy. One prize Ceruledge, you're up. 230. What now? There are 3 prize cards to go, and the opponent still needs to go for 6 prizes. At one point, they can like Dusknoir, Lunatone, Ionon to 1, knock this guy out. Then we need to like find fire energies. Yeah, maybe I should have discarded. Oh, but if I had fighting energies, I'd draw more cards. So it's always like, do we get the fire energies in the discard pile over the fighting energies? Because fighting energies has Lunar draw, but if the Lunatone is gone, maybe preserving the fire energies would have been better. Yeah, going after a Zard right now seems pretty tricky. I know they one-shot us, but they only take 1 prize card for that. Then I have the Night Stretcher to get back the Ceruledge or to get back Phasandipity. Interesting. I could check with Nuzball to see if there's another Ceruledge in deck. Probably getting Ceruledge is better, but that shuts us off from Phasandipity though. Huh. Options. They most likely will also Iono this hand to like 3 cards. Dusclops at one point can also do some very funky stuff. I know Briar can get the job done if they're not careful enough. Quick search. What's it gonna be? The Iono to 3. Still have some Fighting Gongs left. 1 Fighting Gong to draw cards. Turo. Also the Artisan. No longer a thing. Yowza. Only take 1 prize card for that. That's awesome. Okay. Do we give them a 2 prizer? I will not get to enough damage output. I can give them a little slap. They won't 100% have balls otherwise, so let's go with this. Could still Turo it up, I suppose. There's the boss, so drawing into a fire type energy would be huge. I know there are a couple on the bottom of the deck. Oh, yeah, there we go. Ceruledge number 2. Attachment right here. 270. Not there quite yet. Yeah, not there quite yet. They knock us out, they go to 3. Boom. What do we knock out here? What is the scariest thing that could happen? We're going at 270. Nuzball, Chart Cadet again. Lots of stuff still remaining in the deck to deal with a Zard. If I would have been able to deal with Pidgeot, that would have been way better. But yeah, I think I'll focus on the Dusclops. Yeah. 270. If this guy gets knocked out, it's 290. Then we need to get 2 energies in the discard pile. I know I'm getting Iono to 2. But that brings us some more time, or gives us some more time. They still need to take 5 prize cards. So the only thing we need to do is knock out Charizard EX. And in the deck we still have Ceruledge, and another stretcher. So we can technically still push up 2 more Ceruledges. The opponent needs to go to like, this is the first Ceruledge. This is going to be the second. This is going to be the third. They need to also re-establish Duskull, but that will no longer be a thing if I boss up. Yeah, I have Palpad for bosses, so yeah. If I boss up another 1-prizer, then they can no longer Duskull. Candy Maximum Belt, irrelevant. Zard number 2. A card that could really be useful in this archetype, now that I think about it, is Iron Bundle. Because I have a lot of times where I just Nuzball to get a Pokemon out, but the Nuzball could have helped us to push some Pokemon down to the side. Charizard slapping 1000 damage. 350. That's crazy. We're in a very dangerous position here, by the way. Opponent can also Briar us. The opponent can also Briar us. So yeah, it all comes down to what we draw. They cannot boss and Briar at the same time, right? What to do? They cannot boss and Briar at the same. If I push this and I whiff, I lose. Yeah. I have to play it safe. They can just gust this guy up if they want to. I'm afraid of Briar. Yeah, I can know. I'm 2 energies in discard pile, a little bit much. Yeah. Yeah, at this point, we need to like fight, like attack for 20. I need 1 energy less. There's 1 energy in the discard pile, which is also not bad. Palpad could allow us to get back a Research and all that. I think Palpad. I'm gonna get Research back, Carmine back. Oh, let's go. And then I will push an energy here. Attack for 20. And I also will zero up the Ceruledge. Slapping down the Ceruledge. Let's go. Okay. Okay, that's the plan. They can counter catch a Briar still, I suppose. Yeah. Maybe counter catcher is prized. I think counter catcher Briar is the way for them. Luminous, are they still playing? Counter catcher, Squawkabilly Briar, right? Yeah, I could have not seen an out for that. Whatever I promoted, like I had to maybe promote Ceruledge and then hope. Maybe the Briar is prized. Maybe the Briar is prized. They also push the damage back to us, which is kind of annoying. There's 13 energies in the disc. Please Briar me. It's over, right? No? It's not over? No Briar? Fez? Okay, that's weird. Maybe I should have put it on, yeah, there's an Iono. Please give me the Research. Carmine and energy, perfect. Okay, if I find Ceruledge, I get this. I can also retreat the Charcadet right here. If I want to. How many energies do we have? Fighting types, okay. Lunar Cycle. There's the Stretcher, cool. So that means if we just Stretcher, get the Ceruledge, get this guy, retreat this guy, go to the Ceruledge, attachment here, then we slap 330 damage, enough to knock out Charizard. So I was afraid of the Briar play, which didn't happen. They could have gotten the dub if they have Briar. Maybe Briar was prized in the end. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of Ceruledge EX. If you enjoyed it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button and also leaving a comment. It helps out a ton for the algorithm and you guys would do me an insane favor if you would do so. Also go check out the sponsors. They make the content possible on the channel here. Dragonshield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon ZABLOS5 for 5% off. PokemonStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs, 5% off as well. And cardmarket.com for European players who are able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for joining us for the Ceruledge video. And I will see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. I'm out. Peace.